What's up, guys and gals, and welcome to Weekly Indie Newcomer, the weekend series where I took a look at an indie game that's been bouncing around my brain. So you remember Expeditions Conquistador? Well, Expeditions Viking is coming out very, very soon. And so they sent me a preview build, and I figured we'd spend a little bit of time today taking a look at the game. Let me know what you think after we play it for a little while, and I may add a few more episodes if it didn't wet your whistle enough. But for right now, if you've never played any of the Expeditions games before, they're a little bit like Heroes of Might and Magic meets real-world political top-down tactical strategy games. I mean, there's a lot of mishmash stuff in a game like this, and there's a lot of storyline and a lot of narrative. But the first game was actually really, really awesome. It was set in a place and a setting that very, very few games have ever been in. And so this one is the sequel, I guess, the quote-unquote sequel, except that it doesn't take place on the American mainland with Scottish conquistadors, with Spanish conquistadors. Instead, this one will follow Vikings as they go out into the world and go about their Vikingy business. Let's go to Homeguard and beyond. Ah, we get to make our Viking. Okay. Let's find ourselves a portrait then. I'm thinking... I mean, honestly, there's a lot of beard options here, and I'm not really sure which one to go with, but I'll go with that one, right? You can change his skin color? Oh, I changed his skin color over there. Gotcha. Make him a little bit darker. His eye color can be like a brownish color. I don't think that's ever going to come up. I'm going to go with brown hair, because I got brown hair. I rock that brown hair every single day. As far as our build goes, we can be thin, we can be of a medium build, or we can be of a large build. I'll probably go with the normal build right there. Shaven, stubbles, we're not going to, ooh, scarred, yes please, I like the scar. And then if we wanted that to match up with our portrait, we would have to go like so, and hopefully there'd be like a bigger beard. That one works for me. That one right there looks close enough. I'm the kind of person where my portrait has to match my character, otherwise it bothers me. It's just one of those things. We can say undercut on the hair. We can go with like a little bit of scragglies going on. I'll probably go pulled back because that looks like kind of what he's doing right there. And then as far... oh, we can choose what we... oh, fur-lined. We can be fancy schmancy. Although that one comes with a knife. So I think I'll probably go with the one that comes with a knife because I get the feeling where... oh, the fancy one comes with a knife too. Good, then we're going to be fancy then. Does the fur one come with a knife? It does. The fur-lined one comes with a knife. Well, I guess it's on now. So that's kind of a blackish color. We'll go like... I want to go with like natural colors if I can. So we'll probably do something that looks a bit like that right there. And that looks pretty good to me. I may shift that color around though slightly. There's blue. He's wearing white in the picture. So we might as well make it white like the picture is. Looks pretty good. Pretty satisfied. I don't know a whole lot of Viking names. So I'm just going to leave that as it is. We're Lidsvalder Agnar. So we're Lidsvalder, son of Agnar. I'm just going to call him Lid from now on. Or maybe Liddy. Alright, so we get to pick our skills. We've got Sense, which is our mental resistance and stamina. Support characters and is used for conversational dialogue. We've got Accuracy, Perception, crucial for archers and reveals additional information during dialogue. Finesse determines our base damage with knives and spears and critical chance with all weapons. So Finesse is important to ranged characters and fast-handed rogues. As far as Strength goes, it's for... axes and swords, okay. We've got endurance as well. I'll probably go for sense then and make that go up a little bit. But can I lower these? Oh, I can. So I can actually tailor this around quite a bit if I really, really want to. Finesse, I don't think I'm going to be using a whole lot. So I'll lower that on down. We'll take that up. I mean, I really feel good about it. If we have sense, that'd be really, really good. Stamina, I think. I don't recall what stamina did in the first game, but stamina did something. I think it determined how long you could fight or something like that. We can also take that all the way up if we wanted to. We'll go for sense, and then we'll add one to endurance right there. Actually, let's do one in perception. I like being perceptive, too. So that looks pretty good to me. As far as accuracy goes... ah, it's done by... okay, so that'll work out for right now. And then on this side, we get 50 skill points. I will probably say... so as far as weapon skills go... let's go with swords. So we've got 7 damage plus ready, governed by strength, one-handed, melee, medium damage, medium, critical. I'll probably go 1 in swords. What's inside of here? Offensive skills. We've got support skills that help allies hinder enemies and provide tactical advantages without dealing damage. And so there's lots of stuff in here. Governed by sense. Galder lets you use war cries for party-wide bonuses. There's healing. Okay, that seems pretty good. We've also got leadership, combat stuff, and unlock special conversation options. I'll go for leadership a little bit. So there we go. We've got that evened out, and that gives us leadership rank 1. Gives all allies 1 more hex of movement. And then next we get leadership, which restores the attack option. Wow, we got a lot of options here. We've got spot traps on the ground in combat, tactical move. It halves your moves, but allows you to move through attacks of opportunity and whatnot. Okay. So how long does it take me to... So we've got witchcraft, actually. Oh, really? Converts herbs into medicine. Oh, wow, we got all kinds of cool stuff. Utility skills. Good God, there's all kinds of cool stuff. Wow, and then there's also passive skills. What do we have for passive? There's Avengers, damage on enemies. Okay, so I'm going to go through these, and I'll be back in just a minute once I figure out what I want to do, and then I'll just give you a brief synopsis of what I picked. Okay, so I've saved the remainder of my skill points here, and the things that I ended up picking, I took Keen Eye, which gives armor piercing to all of my attacks. I took Relentless, which gives me a 5% chance to get a double attack whenever I use a normal attack, because I think I had that in the last game, and it was pretty good, actually. How frequently it came through and allowed me to, like, whoop on people was pretty... Every now and again, it was just clutch mode. You would get a bonus attack, which was something that was a little bit... Once you were outnumbered and everything like that, when you're just one-shotting people and really doing a lot of damage, it became valuable. I took Healing 2, which allows me to heal my party members. I took Leadership 2. I also took Tactical Move, which halves my... I don't want that. Hold on. How did that become a thing? I don't want that. Oh, I get it automatically, I guess. So I've got Tactical Move, which halves my moves, but allows me to move through traps and attacks of opportunity without triggering them. So I guess I just get that. I've got 5 points left over. I also dropped another point into Swords, so that I'd be better with it. We need 6 in order to get 1 in Shield, because I am planning on going Sword and Board, but we need more skill points to get that, so I'll leave it how it is right now.
Your father was a great warrior and a good husband, but he was not a strong chieftain to his clan. As he travels to join his brothers in the halls of Valhalla, you must take his place. Our clan is beset by petty squabbles. Some amongst our people would contest your claim to leadership, as they sought discord our neighbors' plot against us. Gather your most trusted clansmen. Together you will face dangers which none can predict. You will be challenged on your leadership, your resolve, your wisdom. Build a ship and take your housecarls across the sea. Power and strength for our clan must be sought outside the Norse lands. If you show yourself to be bold, the gods will follow you into battle. Your legacy will live for 1,000 years beyond your time. Our clan must prevail.
Yeah, that was pretty lit. That was pretty live. I'm feeling it. I like Viking stuff. All right, let's do this thing. It's time to protect the clan. That's what I'm doing, by the way. I'm growing a mohawk out right now. I'm doing that right, guy. Aid me, Odin, in my effort to bind the struggles of a bygone time as glimmering light on glass. Huh. It is the evening after your father's funeral. When you close your eyes, the image of his blazing ship shimmers in the dark behind your eyelids. It's not a common ritual this far south, but your mother, Astrider, who hails from the land of the Geats, insisted on it. All the thanes of the neighboring clans have come to attend your feast in his honor. Your father may not have been the most successful thane, but as a warrior he commanded the respect of many. The guests are filing into your father's and your longhouse. The thanes enter first, each trailing a modest group of warriors. Your mother leans in to whisper a few words of advice before she takes her seat. You should greet each of the thanes before the feast begins, but listen well to their words. Few of them would benefit from making this a smooth transition. It will be important to know where they stand. Okay. Let's go find ourselves a thane then. Oh my god, we move so quickly. So, we needed to talk to thanes. Your elder brother Rurik has always had a penchant for music. He looks up and gives you a warm smile as you approach him. Good evening, brother, he grins. I mean, my honored thane. How do you feel? I'm well, Rurik. I know our father is in Valhalla now. You can barely hear his soft voice over the din of the feast. I'm certain he is. Odin would have to be a fool not to accept a warrior like him. If anyone disrespects you, let me know about it. I'll make sure it doesn't happen twice. Everyone knows you're the better warrior and stronger-willed man than I. Nobody wants me as their thane. To tell you the truth, I think our clansmen are almost as relieved as I am that you took on the mantle. I have to go and be a good host, but I'll talk to you later. He flashes you a cheeky grin. Just use the old signal if you need help to get out of a conversation with one of the other Thanes. Kettle is standing off to the side, holding a horn full of mead. The young hunter appears to be watching the feast with a faintly amused expression, and he nods respectfully when you come near. Busy entertaining your guests? Well, not too busy to check in on you. I've had an uneasy feeling all night. Have you seen Skewl's Huskarls over there in the corner? Hrodgerda and Skaki? I've heard stories about them. Nefja seems to be expecting trouble too, so I've decided to go easy on the mead and keep an eye out. I appreciate it. It never hurts to be careful. He throws his head back slightly towards Aslafer. Speaking of which, keep an eye on the big lug back there. He and his friends have been putting their heads together all night. I think he might be planning something. Keep an eye on him. Apparently he's family, though. Leave the watch to me. This is your feast. You should relax and enjoy yourself. I'll alert you if something happens. Aslafer is a distant cousin. Leadership of the clan has moved between your side of the family and his for generations. He is known as a skilled warrior and hard worker. He sits with two of his closest friends. He looks up when you approach. Neither his friends acknowledge your presence. His tone is respectful but cold. Our condolences on the passing of your father. At least he died the way he would have wanted. He'll be feasting with the gods tonight. Thank you. I hope there is no bad blood between us. He seems to consider it for a moment. It's no secret I didn't agree with how Agnar ruled our clan. Bearing this in mind, I don't see what gives you the right to succeed him. But this feast is in his honor, and I will not insult his memory here, nor will I challenge your claim to leadership. Thank you for keeping these things separated, but who do you believe would be more suited to lead us? I do. If you challenge my birthright, you will pay with your life. He frowns deeply. We shall see. He turns his attention to his companions. Hey, you gotta bark, big dog. When somebody else tries to come and take your shit, you gotta be ready for him and just be like, ow, ow. Take him out. Halfdanner is the thane of a slightly larger clan that borders your lands to the east. He wears a solemn expression and nods heavily when you approach him. Agnar is in Valhalla now, Lidsvalder. There's no doubt about it. He died doing what he loved. But while he feasts among the heroes, you're left back here to sort out the pieces, and you've got your work cut out for you. What do you mean? Your father managed to make quite a few enemies in his time, and most of them among his own clan. If you'll permit me to be honest, he never paid one speck of attention to the wishes or needs of his people. Surely you're not expecting your claim to leadership to go uncontested. I am the rightful thane. If anybody thinks otherwise, we'll sort it out in the traditional way. Good. Worse problems than this have been solved at the tip of a spear or the edge of a blade. May the gods favor you if it comes to that. He lifts his mead mug and empties it in a single gulp, then slams it onto the table and calls to the thrall for a refill. Skewul Skullcleaver is the thane of Jelling, which borders your area. It is a large area, and Skewul is one of the most powerful thanes in Jutland. Jelling has prospered under his rule. He pushes himself away from the table with his foot, the chair making a grinding sound across the floor. His face shows sympathy. Lidsvalder, my boy, I am sorry about your father. If there's anything the people of Jelling can do to aid you in these trying times, don't hesitate to ask. It's very kind of you, Thane Skewul. Of course, we must all stand together against the Frankish threat. Tell me, what are your plans for this place, and how will you lead your clan? I wish to be an attentive Thane. I will start by calling a folkmoot. A wise course. I can already tell you will be a better Thane than Agnar. As I said, he was a great warrior, but it's clear where his interests lay. I'm sure you know I fought with your father many years ago. We were very much of a similar inclination, he and I. That man had a real taste for battle, not like his brothers. And mark my words, Lisvalder, true bonds are forged in battle, not found or not bound in blood. He came to me for advice before he mounted his last journey on account of my ties to Kaupang. I should have warned him better about what he was getting into. What does Kaupang have to do with it? Vikings out of Kaupang have had the isles across the sea. I've heard many stories about it. Since I was to go there on trade, your father wanted to hear if the stories were true. But I've taken too much of your time already. I know you have other guests to entertain, please. We'll talk later after a bit more mead. He nods more to himself than to you and turns his attention to the food on the table. Ragnhildur the White is one of the most influential of your guests. As a vassal of King Sigurdur Ring, she is the current ruler of Denmark, and she has come from the trade hub of Ribe to the south, where she presides as Jarl. She nods politely as you approach her seat. It was a beautiful ceremony, Lidsvalder. I extend my condolences for your loss on behalf of Ribe and of the king. I must tell you, I advised him not to seek out the isles across the sea. We've all heard stories of the unprotected coasts and their treasures, but there is more danger than the rumors let on. I'm not surprised they claimed his life, but I am glad he at least died with a sword in hand. Thank you for accepting the invitation. We are honored that you could make it. Of course, your father's sword will be missed in our struggles against the Franks. Did you know Agnar well? I knew him as a warrior. We fought together on the Bravelir, and he struck me as a shrewd tactician. When your king needs you, I hope that you will serve him as well as your father did. I will serve, you have my word. I'm glad to hear it. Our king will not forget those who aid him in battle. If you'll excuse me, I must do my rounds and enjoy the feast. The old shield maiden smiles. She gracefully slides back down into her seat, whereupon she spears a large piece of chicken with her knife and dumps it on her plate. Alright, well, back to our seat here. I'm sure there'll be trouble. Following the initial meet and greet, everyone toasts to your father and digs into the meal. Food covers every inch of the table, and the freshly brewed mead seems to flow endlessly. You're listening to Nefja's usual complaints about her mother when Kettle perks up and slips discreetly out of the longhouse. Outside, some piece of pottery crashes against the ground and men begin to shout. In short order, the door flies open and the doorway is filled by Ottar Erlingrenson. Sword in hand, outside you see his brother standing over the prone form of Kettle. Ottar looks around the room with disgust. What a splendid feast for such a shit thane. Odar's gaze stops on you. He raises his sword to point at you accusingly. Lidsvalder, your family had its chance to earn our respect and you wasted it. Come outside and defend your honor, or we will burn this hall to the ground. Nefja jumps to her feet, already holding her knife. Her voice seethes with disgust. Odar, you miserable drunkard! How dare you attack your thane's honor during his own feast? Your family will pay for this. Odar has turned his back on you and is already walking outside. All of the other guests turn their gaze to you in anticipation. Your mother leans in to whisper in your ear. You have to handle this. If the other thanes think we're too weak to deal with such a blow against our honor. This will not stand. Nefja, are you with me? A shadow sets across her face. By the gods, he's gonna make us kill him this time, isn't he? Yeah, we're gonna make him have the Viking wings or whatever the hell it's called. We're gonna dissect this bitch. I will take an heirloom sword. Oh, I will take it all. And I suppose we will equip this as well. So we will equip the sword and the shield. We have an old bow, but we probably won't be using that much. We've got mead, so I'm going to add that to my item list. That apparently makes our strength much higher, but it lowers our finesse and sense for the rest of the fight, so something to be aware of. She's already equipped. It looks like she's got a spear and a willow bow. We go now to make battle against the enemies of our people. Most of the guests follow you outside and form a half circle around you. You're dimly aware of other thanes muttering among themselves. Nefja runs over to Kettle to help him back to his feet. A streak of blood runs from his hair down his cheek, but he looks like he can fight. 4 against 1. This is what the sons of Erlinger Good God, that's a name. Erlinger Thorgiselson consider a fair fight? Otar's brother Toss sneers and he sounds drunk. Shut your mouth, woman. He started it. If you crave a fight so much, there are proper ways to handle this. Otar shifts his weight around restlessly as he regards the thanes assembled around you. Too late for second thoughts. When Aslefer is our thane, he can judge the honor and what happens here tonight. Aslefer steps forward and draws his weapon. You've gone too far, Otar. There is no honor in this. I must take Lidsvalder's side here. Fine. We will kill you all then, and I will be thane. Oh, it's on now. Alright, so we can pan and scan around with WASD. I'm going to walk up. We're going to engage. Let's do this thing. It's time. Our honor has been stained. We must slay those who stand against our family. What else do we have? So I've got ready, which is an attack action. Attacks the first enemy that comes into range. Okay, so it's kind of like an Overwatch. We can tactical move, we can maneuver, or we can heal. No, we will strike now with our sword. I will bury my blade in the heart of the enemies of my family. Does everybody get to go on this turn? Oh, good, they do. Spear him. Let him bleed. Ooh, and one of them falls. Can we attack there too? Oh, has attack of opportunity, but I don't think he's got another attack action. But he can still move, so that's good. It looks like your moves are saved. So that's pretty sweet. He's still got an attack and a move. Move him over to here. And with the help of... What is this guy's name? Grimvarderson. That's a pretty badass name. We will run blades through our foes. If we still have movement left, I would move her to there because I assume she can attack from 2 since she has a spear. We'll go right there. And then finally we will end our turn. And our plan is absolutely to kill all of these threats to our family name. They must die. I assume that that's my shield. Like I've probably got a block chance or something like that. Oh. Used a heal. Not bad. Okay. Well then, let's open up on him. So there it is. 48 done. Can she attack from there? She can. Alright, so another one approaches the shield wall. We'll allow them to fall on our swords. And down he goes, an arrow to the throat. You see that right there? The arrow's buried in his, like it's in his neck. That's pretty dope. Alright, so if I wanted to heal, can I do that to myself? Or is that only on other people? What is this? So we've got Restore. It gives a portion of the target's hit points banked on the rank of the skill. Provokes attacks of opportunity. Okay, so I can only use it on other people. So I really need to have care to, like, protect him. This build might be a little awkward in that respect, but I think it'll be alright. Let's move her in. You, sir, move up. We'll try to have him shift with a tactical move on the next turn, but I think it'll actually... I should have left her right there. It'll be alright. So the medic takes a strike at us, but it was not a mighty blow. Ari is not known for his strong arm in battle. However, this guy with the arrows is doing work right now, so we need to watch this. And he can just, like, heal as much as he wants. Dude, that's legit. That's really, really good. Oh, he gets 3 of it per battle. Okay. 3 per battle. What attacks did he have? I should probably look at these. So she's got double jab, which is a full action. But she'll need to step back in order for it to work. You start shooting that guy right there, if you can, please. Can you fire through there? Or can you fire from here? There we go. So a little bit of damage off right there. Nobody here looks like they're really, really strapped. You, m'lady. Actually, if he's got any move left, step him back because I think she's got to stab and then step back. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. Move the healer up. Oh, he already used his... Okay. All right, he already used his activity on a heal. Drink beer. I am invigorated. Huzzah for me. Ooh. Big dirt nasty hit right there. Let's finish this fight. And now that he's been put to the sword, we will run our other Thane down here and see if we can finish him off. And down he goes from a critical hit. I used my mead because if you're not going to drink in battle, what kind of Viking are you? Otar Erlingsson lies on the frozen earth in a small pool of his own blood. His blank eyes gaze at the sky. The only brother who made it through alive is slowly getting to his feet. He looks at his dead brothers with a distant shock in his eyes. Nafja regards the aftermath of the fight with a mixture of disdain and sadness. What do we do with him? Execute him, obviously. The grim work does not take long. Your guests look on solemnly as the snow in front of your feast hall turns red with the blood of the farmers. If any of them doubted your resolve before, now they see what you are made of. Man, Give it to him, San Quentin style. Got in there. As Leifer steps forward, he does not look the least bit tired from the fight. I supported you here tonight because Otar and his brothers were out of line. It is not the way of our clan to kill each other in drunken brawls. Lisvalder, son of Agnar, I challenge you to a duel for the position of Thane. An excited murmur rises among the guests. Kettle mutters in a voice too low for anyone other than you and Navja to hear. Can you believe this son of a bitch? It's his right to issue such a challenge. His timing could be better, though. As Leifer, son of Grimvarder, I accept your challenge. He nods, satisfied. Then we will meet on Holmgang Island at dawn on the morrow. May the gods favor you. I see no reason to be uncivil in this situation. If it's the way that things are done, it's the way that things are done. There's some rope here. Okay. We can build traps out of it is what it says. There's nothing on that body. This body has valuables, which is a trade resource. There's a torch, and there is salvage, which can be used to craft weapons and armor. You know, I'm excited about this. I will see you all in the next episode, though. I may do another one, just to kind of give us a little bit more time with Expeditions Viking. My name is Splattercat. I will see you all next time. This is Weekly Indie Newcomer, a little series that I do, where we play an indie games and bounce around my brain over the course of the last week. If you like what I do here at the channel, check out the Patreon I have set up down below. It's your way to support the channel and make sure that these videos don't go anywhere. I will see you all next time. Thanks for stopping in on everybody. Make sure you check out the link down below if you wanted to get the game. Watch list that shit. All right? Bye.